All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, it's kind of not so beautiful. It's a cloudy Thursday morning, a little bit cold, a little bit cold, a little bit overcast. That's okay. That's okay. That is okay. What I want to do in this video is I want to go over a few things, y'all. First of all, may God bless everybody in the chat. Crypto Chad Bitcoin doesn't want to miss another TK Movies sighting. Yeah, TK Movies. Shout out to TK Movies. He's a cool guy. He hit me up. I might have him on the channel. Uh, so, is the volume low, y'all? Is the volume low? Oh, we're talking about volume with trading. Okay. Yeah, everybody FOMO into the like button, because as usual, if we can get this stream with 200 people up to, if we can get this thing up to 1,000 likes, guys, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoin for 1,000 likes. Let's do it. Let's do that. I know that we probably won't be able to, because this is a very low stream here. Not a lot of people in the stream. So I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to talk about how to not FOMO. I want to talk about the importance of trading with two accounts. And I want to also talk about, a plan for this price action, because, unfortunately, a lot of people can get sliced up even in a massive uptrend. And the reason for that is because they don't know how to have good entries, and they'll buy at the wrong time and end up losing money, and then sell at the wrong time and end up in a loss, and the cycle continues. And I know the struggle, because when I was beginning my trading, the same things were happening to me, and I don't want that to happen to other people. Shout out to Moonwolf, my good friend in the chat. Shout out to T Diddy says crypto face FOMO. Really? Into what? Long or short? I don't know. But here is basically what's going on with the Bitcoin. So let's get corny, guys. Let's get corny. Now, first of all, I have been up late. Creating a whole bunch of videos here to redo the trading course, right? Because the live streams were lagging and all this. So I'm going back through recreating these videos. I'm going to be uploading them to the website today. So if you get the course today, the videos should be new by today or tomorrow. And this is some good stuff, guys. I feel like I explain the concepts much better than I did. This is my thumbnail, okay? It's important to create a good thumbnail that, makes people want to click on the video. And who wouldn't want to click on this thumbnail? It's got my face. It's got this weird Market Cipher logo that somehow got duplicated, and there's two on top of each other. I don't know how that happened. So, Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. If we go to the daily time frame, guys, we can clearly see that what, we were expecting to happen is happening, right? We are seeing the momentum moving up. We saw the bullish divergence printing on the daily time frame. We see the VWAP making higher lows, right? The VWAP was making higher lows. The momentum waves were making higher lows. We got the anchor trigger wave. We were watching this triangle form, and we broke out of this triangle. We broke out of the triangle, which everybody was waiting for. Now, unfortunately, guys, and I shouldn't say unfortunately. I should not say unfortunately, because it's not unfortunate. I missed the breakout of the triangle. I totally missed it, and I do not care at all. And the reason I don't care is because I have a trading plan in place to enter longs and to enter shorts, and it doesn't matter if I miss a breakout, because there's plenty of opportunity. And I'm actually, believe it or not, I did take a small short this morning when we rejected off of this daily level right here at 39199. Took a small little scalp short here and took lots of profits out already. And even though I missed the breakout, there was an opportunity for me to take a short. And what I want to do in this video is show how I'm planning to trade this. Whether price goes up or down, there's always going to be an opportunity. There's always going to be an opportunity. So people are asking about the new course. It's not really a new course, guys. It's the same topics. It's just, it's not like the laggy live stream. This is newer videos, and I feel like I communicate some of the concepts better. And yes, Jacob, you can go back and rewatch. If you already bought the course, okay, you will have access to these new videos as well. You will have access to these new videos as well. So don't FOMO into the course if you already bought it, okay? If we go to the 12-hour time frame, things are looking even nicer, right? They're looking even nicer because we can see this money flow really starting to curve to the upside on the 12-hour. It becomes abundantly clear here that money flow is curving to the upside. Now, we do need to cool off, right? We can tell that, within a few days, we're going to print a red dot here on the 12-hour, which will cause us to come down a little bit. That's okay. That's totally okay. That's what happens, right? We don't just go straight up. We go up a little and then retrace, up a little and then retrace. The good news is this momentum wave on the 12-hour, we have not had a momentum wave this high since way back here when Bitcoin was trading at around 58K. It's the last time we saw a momentum wave on Market Cipher B that was up to the 35 level on the oscillator. So we can really tell that things are picking up, and this is why, guys, one of the many reasons why I am in swing long on Bitcoin. I'm also swing long on Ethereum, but swing long on Bitcoin, and I posted it in the Discord a while ago that I was going to go swing long. I know a lot of people were bearish. A lot of people were bearish on Bitcoin. Actually, where did I post that? I might have posted it in Bitcoin trade setups. Nope, I posted it right here. On May 31st, I said, I know a lot of people are bearish, but I'm bullish. I'm still long from 32 because the daily time frame just confirmed an anchor wave and a trigger wave on the daily time frame, and because SuperKitty's CryptoVac indicator gave a green diamond and a white diamond on the daily time frame, I added to my position at 37,635. And so I'm loaded up on this swing long. I'm expecting us to come up like quite a significant amount, and I'm going to tell you the exact targets that I'm looking for. But basically, these are the targets. If you just take a look at this here and screenshot your screen right now, these really are the targets, right? So the next main target is 42K, then 45, then 51. And if Bitcoin is able on the daily time frame to come above $51,000, then I am persuaded and convinced that we will actually, the bull market will continue and we will hit new all-time highs if we come above this 51K level. This is a major, major resistance at 51K. And let's see what we got going on right now. So, wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. We're back to Pump City, going back to Pump City. The momentum is really ramping up. So, if you happen to miss this breakout and you don't know where to enter, you want to get long, you didn't get long down at 32K, you didn't add to your position more around wherever we did, where was that? Where did we add? 37.6. And you don't want to miss out on these pumps. What should you do? Because unfortunately, a lot of people, they say, okay, I see Bitcoin's breaking out of the triangle. I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm totally not going to FOMO in. And they see the price going up. They see it going up. They're like, okay, I'm not going to FOMO in. And then they see it going down. They're like, okay, so it's going down. Maybe I shouldn't buy. And then it goes back up again. And they're like, all right, now I totally need to buy it. I totally need to go long. And then they go long right here. Then what happens? The price comes down. And a lot of times, if people are not using good risk management, that can liquidate somebody. So what we need to do is we need to mark out some levels, and we need to use those levels in conjunction with Market Cipher to help us find good entries, long and short entries. Now, if you know how to mark out your levels of support and resistance on a chart, like what I have right here on this chart, you can see I have all these lines. These are levels of support and resistance. This will always give you a good opportunity to get into a trade. For example, this morning when I woke up, the first thing I saw was that we were rejecting off of this orange line right here. Okay, we're rejecting off that orange line. That orange line, to me, was a line I had on my chart where I knew when we broke out of this triangle, we're going to find some resistance at this line. And you could even see right now, even right now, we come up to this line again. And what happens? It's a small reaction, but we're getting a reaction off of that level. We're getting a reaction off of that level. And so I entered a short here. Even though I missed the breakout, I saw an opportunity to enter a short. And so if you have these levels marked out on your chart, you will be able, even if you missed out in the long, you'll be able to get the next trade, which will be a short, because price is never going to go straight up. It's going to go up a little and retrace, up a little and retrace. Now, how would you enter a short right here? Because how would you know, in other words, the price is going to come down and not just blast through here? How would you know it was going to come back down? The way you're going to find the entry is you're going to use Market Cipher. That's how I do it. I use Market Cipher. So if price comes up to here, first of all, I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame on Market Cipher, seeing that, okay, we're not printing a green dot. If we're printing a green dot on the 4-hour time frame while we're touching a resistance, I can be pretty confident that we are not going to reject off of that resistance. But if the green dot is old and stale, then there's a good chance that we might reject off that resistance. And so then we need to go down to the lower time frames and see what we can see on the lower time frame. Now right here, this is a good example, okay? Right here on the lower time frames, we're coming up to a resistance, and what do we see? We see that we're about to print a top right here. We see that we're about to print a top on the 2-hour. This is telling us that we need to cool down a little bit, right? This is telling us that we need to cool down just a little bit, right? We need to have some kind of a either consolidation or retracement. So this is the order of operations here, guys. The order of operations. When we're looking for a trade, we don't ever want to FOMO. We need to have a cool, calm, collected mind, and we need to mark our levels out on our chart. And if you don't know how to mark your levels, guys, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. Check out this course. Like I said, I'm uploading new videos today. These videos will go through these concepts in extreme detail, how to mark your levels, how to use support and resistance, how to use Fibonacci, all that, how to use Market Cipher to find those entries. Check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. If we can get this video up to 500 likes, I'll drop a discount in the description. But once we have our levels marked out, then we go to the higher time frames, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, and we look and we see what we can see. We see, does it look like we're about to print a top right here? Does it look like we need to come down? On the 1-hour time frame, it does look like, yeah, we need to come down a little bit. That was the 2-hour. On the 1-hour, you know, we are printing the red dot, but we can see the VWAP is starting to curve back to the upside. So we can see that, look, things are starting to have to cool down, right? The 3-hour, the VWAP is starting to curve back over. It looks like we're about to print a top. We can assess and say, okay, there's a possibility here we might be able to get a short scalp off of this level. Even though the money flow is curving up into the blue, which we know it is, which we know long term we're bullish, right? Long term we're bullish. Swing long, right? I'm swing long from 32K added to my position at 37K. Low leverage, swing long, right? So long term we're bullish, but it doesn't mean we can't get a little scalp trade in here. So because we've already established that we're at resistance, okay, and most of the time resistance means we will resist, right? We will reject because we know that the higher time frames are starting to print tops. Taking this information, we can then go down to the lower time frames and interpret those lower time frames through the lenses of the higher time frames, through the lenses of the fact that we're at resistance, to try and find a good trade entry. And so let's go down to maybe the 6-minute time frame. And what do we see on the 6-minute time frame? Well, I'll tell you what I see on the 6-minute time frame. Okay. First of all, as we were coming up here, right? As we're coming up here, we were printing higher highs and then lower highs on the momentum. So on the 6-minute time frame, you can see that we're getting a divergence. Okay, we got a divergence. We rejected off this level. And now what happened is it looks like we are still printing lower highs on Market Cipher. Looks like we are coming down a little bit here, right? Does it not look like that? Does it not look like we might come down a little bit more? Now we already know that the higher time frames have to print a top soon, some kind of consolidation soon. And the 6-minute, as we were coming up, we saw the bearish divergence. That's actually, guys, what made me enter a scalp trade right here. And to be honest with you guys, I got in kind of late. I got in late for that scalp trade because I was sleeping through my alert that told me we were at the level. So I didn't get in until about, I forget where, it was like 39, it was like 38.9 something. So it was a very small scalp, high leverage. I took it down. I took profits very quick. I took profit right here at that first little support and resistance, and then I got stopped out in profit. So it was a nice little scalp, but potentially we could have another entry right here. And the reason for that is because let's go down to the 3-minute time frame and see what we can see on the 3-minute time frame. Okay, so the 3-minute time frame, you know, we also had the divergence on the 3-minute time frame. This is what you would really want to see if you were going to enter a scalp trade from a resistance. What you really want to see, and what will always give you a good entry, is if you see that price is moving up and you can see momentum is moving down. Okay, momentum's moving down, but if you see money flow moving down, right? If you see a divergence with the money flow, where money flow is getting lower yet price is getting higher, this is how you absolutely know you will be able to get a scalp trade off of here. Like, this is how you absolutely know. People are asking why my stream is the same time as crypto phase. Because this is the time I have to stream. You know, what can I do? What can I do? And, you know, look at this, guys. Look at this. Now we're printing another high wave here. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Okay, the 1 minute, the money flow was coming up like that. Yeah, I mean, potentially because we're coming down again, potentially you could enter a short here. Because we printed a lower high. You would have to put your stop above this high right here if you wanted to do that. And then honestly, I would take profit here. I would take profit here, and I would take profit here if I was going to enter a trade here. But we see money flow coming up on the 1 minute. This is not a good entry that we would want to enter. But if you were already short from here, then you might want to stay in this trade. But the best way that you would want to enter is finding that divergence where you see money flow clearly coming down while price is also clearly coming up. And your entry would be on Market Cipher when the money flow turns purple. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly when the money flow turns purple. You could enter as we're losing the resistance, the resistance that got flipped to support, and now we're losing it. You could enter right here, but really what you're looking for is you're looking for the divergence where the momentum, specifically that money flow, is getting lower while the price is getting higher. Because if you think about it, if money is leaving Bitcoin and yet the price is going up, that means Bitcoin is overvalued. Money is leaving the asset, so why is the price so high? It's overvalued. There needs to be a correction. There needs to be some kind of a correction, right? And what you don't what you don't want to do is only use some of these things, right? Like it's dangerous to enter a short if you don't have the confirmations on the lower time frames. Like you could be printing a red dot on the 4 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour. But if those lower time frames are showing you that we're about to come up, don't enter the trade. Like it's a higher risk, much higher risk trade. Like right here, we very well could come down here, right? If we come to the 6 minute time frame, it really does look like we are going to come down more on the 6 minute time frame because we see the money flow coming down. We see the momentum coming down, right? We see it coming down. We're printing a lower high up here. The higher time frames are telling us that we're cooling off, but objectively this is not the best trade entry simply because the divergence is not fresh. The divergence is not fresh. You could make the argument that, well, let's go to the 24-minute time frame. Yeah, no, the divergence is not fresh. See, when I entered the trade, the divergence was fresh. On this 24-minute time frame, we saw the divergence where the momentum was coming down and the price was coming up. But, you know, this is... this is still an entry you could do, but honestly, in my mind, not the best entry. But it's if you're willing to take a risk, you know, knowing that the 2 hours about to print. But I only like to take the trade setups where I have all my confirmations, right? I notice that whenever I try and not have all my confirmations, I get stopped out. But you know what? Maybe I should just enter a short here, right? Should I FOMO into a short? What do you guys think in the chat? Short or no short? This is how I really trade. I trade by asking the chat. Guys, tell me, should I enter a short here or no? Somebody says short. Should I short or long? Nice. Somebody says too risky to short, I'd say. People say no short, no short. People say do short. People say nope, absolutely. Cargo shorts. Cargo shorts. Daniel Prinsloo says yes, I should short. Well, if Daniel Prinsloo says yes, Daniel, man, are you going to get me stopped out? You're going to get me stopped out? Mr. Jakey says do not. Somebody says to throw my life savings in. J-Boy Bullish says stick to your trading plan. Daniel Beck, stick to your plan. Good answer, guys. You guys have good answers. Stick to the plan. Okay, Tarek Carmen says don't enter a short. Don't enter a long. Don't enter a short. Enter a medium. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the advice here. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. That's some good advice, guys. You guys offer some good advice. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for the advice, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. But do you see how to get these trade setups here? Do you see how to get the trade setups? That's how you got to do it. You can't FOMO into a long. You can't FOMO into a short. You have to wait for your levels and then use Market Cipher the way we just used it. Okay? Is there a head and shoulders printing? Somebody says there's a head and shoulders. I saw a pencil and neck pattern forming earlier, and I also saw a head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Andrew Kennedy, what would TK Movies do? I don't know. Let's check out good old TK. TK, where you at, my good friend? Where's TK? Here he is. TK, would you long or short this? A man of few words. A man of few words, you know? Oh, man. Sorry for the sloppy computer screen today. Wow, guys, wow. Wow, this is pretty cool, you know? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'll tell you why this is cool, guys. I'll tell you why. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 quick second, okay? I just have to do some stuff here. I have to do some stuff on my computer screen because I whoa. Something bad happened here, guys. Something real bad happened. All right. And we're back, guys. And we're back. Sorry, I had to attain to some private business here. Attain to some private business. I'm not gone, guys. I'm not gone. I'm not gone. I'm not gone. Oh, awesome. Guy Thompson, his cat started watching the videos, and now the cat is a lion. Okay, guys. Whew. Man. This is crazy, man. Bitcoin's getting the old dumperoo right off the resistance, too. Right off the resistance. And I love when that happens, right off the resistance. I love when that happens. So, this brings me to my next point, guys. Because of you, I am in this short right now. Okay? Because of you guys, I am in this Bitcoin short right now. Up 20%. Thank you. Up 23%, okay? It's a higher leverage trade. Got my take profit set in here. Wait, is my screen still off? No, my screen's not off. Right, my screen's not off, is it, guys? Okay, look at this. Already hit 2 take profits. Now, let's see. This brings up a good point. This brings up a great point. The importance of having 2 trading accounts. Because at least 2 trading accounts. Here's why. I am still in my swing long for Bitcoin, yet I am raking in the gains with a short. Okay, at the same time. This is extremely important, because if you don't have 2 accounts, right, you will probably find yourself groping and flopping. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jason, don't you mean flopping and groping? No, I mean groping and flopping, okay? And boom, okay. Just took out some profits there. If we are, and this is very important, when we're looking at the price action, right? Let's zoom out here, and let's take a look at the price action. We're clearly in an uptrend, right? We're clearly in an uptrend. We are making the low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, right? That's what we're doing. But we could have entered long down here, and I did actually. I entered long down here. It was actually even a little bit lower than that, and I entered long at 32K, literally on the dot. I had a buy order set down there at 32K. I know it seems crazy, but I did. And I could prove it, but I'm assuming you guys will believe me. And basically, I was up, 27%, and then I was down to only 4%. And then now I'm up again, 21%. Here's the thing. I was in that long the whole time, and price has consistently gone up. But if I only had that one account, and I know now you can have sub-accounts, then I wouldn't have been able to capitalize on all these other moves. And even if we're just taking this leg up, for example, this leg up right here, this is a nice move to the upside. This is a nice 16% move to the upside, right? 16% move to the upside. And if you just long here and hold it, that's great. You have 16%, but you're missing out on this short right here, which is like 5%. You're missing out on this short right here, which is like another 5%. You're missing out on this short right here, which is another, 3%. So you're missing out on another almost the same amount of percent that this uptrend is, right? And so if you have two accounts, you can be in a long trade and long here, set it and forget it with low leverage, right? You can set it and forget it. And why are we swing long? We're swing long because on the macro time frames, we can see, yeah, we're coming up. We're coming up. And, my first real main target is 42K. So that's really where I'm looking. I'm looking with my looker. I got a looker, okay? Okay, so people are saying you don't need two accounts. Yeah, you can do sub accounts, okay? My main point here, is you need to have ways to use Bybit or have multiple exchanges where you can enter two trades at the same time that are totally independent of one another. Like right now, this short, right? This short and this long, it doesn't matter. Like it totally doesn't matter to me that I'm long while I enter a short on this account. And it doesn't matter to me that I'm short here, that I'm in a long on this account. You can't, people that only have one account can only buy, or they can only long or short. They can't long and short. They can only long or short. And you're missing out on those gains. You're really missing out on those gains. Because, and I have more than two accounts. I have more than two accounts. Of course, and I have a Binance account and stuff like that. People say that this is a bear trap. Here's the thing. Let's go down to a lower time frame now and just take a look. This is this could be a bear trap, but we have to remember that if we, and check it out, guys, check it out. The way I set these take profits, I just went back in time and looked where price found a sticking point, and you'll find that even like on the 3-minute time frame, those supports are respected. Is it a bear trap? Potentially, but if we have our levels marked out, we have now our reference point. We have a frame of reference for this short, right? We have a frame of reference for it. We're shorting from this resistance, so it's not like we're randomly shorting in the middle of nowhere. We're shorting from this resistance, and so we have a place from which we have a reference point from which we can trade, which allows us to enter short scalps. We don't have to be concerned about a bear trap because it's not really a bear trap. All that's happening is price is getting a reaction off of a level that we already had marked out. This daily level of about $39.2 thousand. It's daily level of 39.2. Let's see if we're going to come down more. Well, we got the money flow crossover on the 1-minute time frame. Let's check out that 6-minute. It's honestly kind of hard to say. The 12-minute makes it seem like we are going to come down a little bit more. The 12-minute really makes it seem like we're going to come down more, guys. I'm going to stay in this short because of those higher time frames, which, look at this, the 2-minute red dot, guys. I'm sorry, 2-hour red dot. I'm going to stay in the short. I mean, the 3-hour looks like it needs to red dot over here. And the 4-hour, look at this VWAP, Looks like we need to cool off, consolidate a little bit. And we might not come down more. But I've already taken profits out of here, so it's a guaranteed winner regardless. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Jesse Stevens says go long. Jesse Stevens, that's the thing. Like, I'm already long. Swing long, right? I'm swing long right here. And I don't feel any pressure to enter a long trade right now. And here's why. Here's why I don't feel pressure to enter a shorter term long trade. I would only enter a shorter term long trade, okay? Let me remove these sub levels here. I would only enter a shorter term long trade if we came back down to one of my levels, right? If we came back down to this trend line right here, then I would enter a long from this trend line. If we came back down below the trend line to this Fibonacci level, okay, this Fibonacci level, which, by the way, this Fibonacci level yesterday was a short trade, right? This was a short trade yesterday that that I took, and I posted it in the Discord too, where you know, what did we see? Well, first of all, we got a little rejection off the 618, but then second of all, we got this, you know, as we're coming up to that level, this is that same white level on the chart. As we're coming up to it, we got, you know, the higher time frames were showing that we needed to cool off. The lower time frames were giving us that bearish divergence, and you know, when we got the bearish divergence and rejected right off that line, you know, enter the short trade, and that gave us a nice move yesterday of, like, you know, 3%, which is good, right? If you got some leverage going on, that's pretty good, right? I mean, like this trade right here, and you can, you know, I always recommend you use good risk management. I never recommend that you risk more than 1 to 5% of your account. But even this is a 1% move, right? But if you are using good risk management and you have a good entry and you can use some leverage, which we do go over in the course, you know, you can get, you know, right now, I mean, like that's up now 16% for me, and it was up even more, and I took some profits out. So, you know, you can capitalize on smaller moves. You don't always have to catch those huge moves. Like, I feel like only CryptoFace can do that, right? Only CryptoFace can catch those huge pumps before the pump, right? Before the pump. Yeah. So, Crypto Willie B says, do I know of a take profit calculator that considers stop losses? Yes. Yes, guys, go check out CryptoKite. CryptoKite, okay? He has a calculator. Go to YouTube and type CryptoKite calculator. CryptoKite calculator. And let me pop in here. Guys, let's get this up to 500 likes. I'll give a juicy discount on the course, which is being updated. And if we can get this stream up to 1,000 likes, 1,000 likes, I will give away 0.025 BTC. Do you know how much money that's worth right now? Let's check out how much money that's worth. BTC USD, enter. And we want 0.025 Bitcoin. Guys, that is $971. I'm going to give away $971 if we can get 1,000 likes. Isn't that crazy, guys? Isn't that crazy? Am I crazy? Am I absolutely insane? Am I insane? Giving away almost $1,000? You know, and who knows, guys? Who knows? If the Bitcoin pumps during this stream, maybe it will be worth $1,000 by that time. Maybe it will be. And I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't. But if we go to the 6-minute time frame, looks like we're about to print a nice tight wave here. But you know what's keeping me in the short right now, guys, are these higher time frames, right? This 12-minute, we can just clearly see this happening, which probably means this is the peak of the money flow, which probably means we need to have some kind of a correction here. That's keeping me in the short, guys. It's keeping me in the short. And what will really keep me in the short is if we print if we're unable to print a higher high, right? Because now we have our clear market structure. High, lower, low. Let's get in a lower low. And if we do get a lower low, guys, if we get a lower low, now we can look for a long. We can look for a long. We could do it together. We could do it together. You know, together forever, no matter how long. Now until the end of time. You know? Tasty Trees, God bless you too. Yeah, everybody call your mom, say like the video. There's a guy giving out $1,000. How will I work on the farm today with Bitcoin nearing a breakout? Well, it's a rainy day today. It's a rainy day, so I've already taken care of the animals today, made sure they got their food, made sure they got their water, made sure that they had everything they needed. I have a poor hen. Her name is Runty, and she's sick. She's a little sick. Taking care of her. Poor Runty. I hope she's okay. She's my favorite hen. She was the runt of the litter of chicks that we got. The runt of the chick litter. 32%, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you. You know, the reason I'm giving away now, if we can get this thing up to 1,000 likes, I will have no problem giving away 0.025 BTC. No problem. Because, you know, that's how I trade, right? I come on here and I ask my chat, should I long or should I short? You know, you guys tell me, and then I do it, and man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so let's get this thing up to those likes. And while we're on the stream here, and while we're talking about trade setups, I need to keep this open. I need to keep this open so I can watch my trade. But let's come to another Bitcoin chart here. Okay, this is a little sloppy right here. You know what? I'm gonna do it in another window so I can keep them both open at the same time. But ugh, what is this? Red and green. Yeah, this is for the course because I try to teach people with standard candle colors. I don't want to offend any of my colorblind brothers and sisters out there. But yeah, so let's take a look at some levels and talk about areas where, you know, I'd really be interested in a trade. Now, first of all, the most obvious place right now is going to be the retest of the triangle. If we can retest this triangle, this would be a great place to enter a long position. If we can retest this Fibonacci level right here, this would also be a great place to enter a long position as well. And now that we have established a swing low and a swing high, just out of curiosity, we can pull out a fib here and see, you know, what's what. You know, potentially. Look at this though. We did get a perfect bounce off the 382. So you could have scalped that right there, nice and easy, a nice 382 scalp. But really, for me, I would want to see us come down to somewhere between the trend line and this 618 golden ratio, you know. And again, we don't know exactly where we're going to get a bounce. Like, I could have looked here to see the bounce, right? But let's say, for example, we were going to scalp this 382 because we had been proactive and we pulled out our fib. We pulled out our fib before, as we were coming down, right? And we're like, okay, where are we going to get a bounce from? Well, let's say we did have a line marked here. We had a line marked here. And of course, it's just a little scalp bounce, okay? We have a line marked, and I'm going to go ahead and make this thing, I'm going to make it green. I'm going to make it green. How would we have entered this trade? Well, what we would have done is we would have come down here, okay? Would have come down here, and when price is coming down to the fib level, we know it's a fib level, all right? And what happens as soon as we touch this fib level, as soon as we get a bounce off of it, we see Market Cipher is printing. Well, it's printing. Look at this, guys. Market Cipher is printing a bullish divergence right here, right? We got the price coming down and the momentum's coming up at the same exact time, okay? We got this literally right down to the fib level, to the exact fib level, all right? And not only is momentum coming up, but we even see the money flow coming up. So that's how we're going to do it, right? That's how we're going to do it. We have established our market structure. We have our fib pulled out. We see it's a Fibonacci level. We know what happens at Fibonacci levels. And if you don't know, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. Check out the trading course, guys. This will teach you all about fibs, man. The fib content that I recreated it's fire, guys. I'm telling you, it's fire. We go through how to really use those fibs on a day-to-day basis like this, like on a day-to-day basis where we could have gotten a nice little scalp long here. And this is a good reason maybe you can have 3 accounts because I'm swing long and then I'm scalp short and then, then maybe you could have entered a short right here and a long right here and a short right here. I don't know. That's too much for my small brain to handle, guys. That's too much for my small brain to handle. But yeah, for a nice long position, what you'd really want to see for a nice long position is if the 4 hour is printing the red dot, okay, because it does need to cool off a little bit. I would wait to enter a nice long position until we really do see cooling off here. And maybe not in the 4 hour, but at least wait until the 2 hour looks like it's about to now confirm another green dot. And once you see that the higher time frames are starting to print a bottom, then you can go down to the lower time frames and look for a long that you can be confident in entering long-term long, right? A long-term long. But yeah, places where I would really be looking is, first of all, watch what happens when we retest this trend line of the triangle. Watch what happens when we retest this fib level right here at 38.2, give or take. And if we lose those levels, you should have other levels marked out in the chart. You should have other reference points marked out in your chart from your top-down technical analysis. Let's see, guys. Let us see in the chat if we got 500 likes. No, man, we don't. So I can't give away a course discount, and I cannot give away 0.025 Bitcoin. Right. So call your mom. But I can. Yeah, you can have 3 accounts on Bybit. You can have as many as you want. You can get as many as you want. Let's come into the chat real quick. Art and Sawyers says, get it up. Let's get it up, guys. Shout out to Steven Arseni Ayaloli, who liked right now. Hey, you know what? If I could like you, Steven, I would. If I could like you, Steven, I would. Okay, the green and red dot strategy on TradingView, is it free? No, it's not free. It's called Market Cipher. It's a pristine indicator. It is the best indicator in the world, in my mind. And it's not free, but today I think it's the last day that you can use this discount code to get 15% off Market Cipher. Okay, check it out. And we have 420 likes, 420, okay? I know there's a lot of stoners in the chat, guys. I am not a stoner anymore, all right? Praise God, because, I was an intense stoner, guys. I used to smoke marijuana from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. And it was actually a problem for me. I know it's not a problem for a lot of people, but for me, it was a real problem. And the Lord set me free from that. So, Baruch Hashem. Not 0.25 Bitcoin, 0.025 Bitcoin. Sorry. What made me quit the WED? Well, I'll tell you. What made me quit the WED was I was standing there at the altar on my wedding day, and I freaked out, man. I couldn't do it. They said, do you, Jason Casper, promise to take, and they made me say this, and I said, no, I don't. I said, I don't, and I quit. I said, I quit. So it made me quit the WED, guys. All right. Man, we're so close to the discount here. So close to the discount. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. We're coming down, breaking down through that 382 level. Let's pull out our fib again. Let's pull out our fib again, and let's really see, you know, where if at all can we look for a long position, okay? Because this is important. It's important that we have a plan before it happens, right? It's important that we have a plan before it happens. Yeah, so the main places that I'm really looking are, number one, the trend line of the triangle. So if you see price coming down here, and you know we're printing the bullish divergence, which it looks like we're starting to on the 3-minute time frame, right? You know, you could definitely catch a bounce. You could definitely catch a bounce off of this trend line, I would think. Make sure you're seeing the divergences, though. If we lose that, I would definitely be looking at 38,184 for a nice bounce right there. And if we lose that, keep your eyes on this 618 level right here. This 618. You know, if price comes down to around 38K, what you really want to see, guys, is the chicken drinking water. You guys want to see, for any of these levels, if you want to catch a nice long position, what we want to see is we want to see price coming down below the level, and then we want to see it get bought up really quick, like a chicken drinking water, just like a chicken drinking water. Wow. Okay, this is crazy. What's happening now? This is chicken drinking water type stuff, guys. This is chicken drinking water type stuff. Okay. Wow. So we don't see the bullish divergences forming yet on the 1 minute. Okay. We don't see it yet, but we're coming down close to that trend line. And I'm going to take some more profit out of my short here, just a little bit, because why not? You know? All right. It's a 30x leverage trade over here. So, you know, I'll be taking some profit out. It's up 51%. Boom. Okay, we're hitting the trend line. Let's see what happens, because this is an important place. We want to lose the level. Now, keep in mind, I don't think we're going to get the reversal that we want right here at the trend line, simply because the 2 hours printing the red dot, okay? Simply because the 2 hours printing the red dot and the 24-minute is really showing that we're coming down. But let's just take a look and see what happens, okay? We want to lose that. We want to lose that trend line if we're going to get a bounce. We want to see it like come way down and then get quickly bought up. I mean, we do see a bullish divergence here. But we didn't see it on the 1 minute. And again, I would only be looking for a small bounce off of this because of the higher time frames that are showing us we're still coming down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. See what the 6 minutes looking like here, guys. Now in the 6 minute, you can kind of see that we are printing the divergence, right? You guys can see that the momentum's coming up, and the money flow is also coming up as the price is just dumping down like this. As the price is dumping down like this, we're below the trend line right now. Let's turn on our good old Market Cipher A, our good friend Market Cipher A. No yellow X's. That's surprising. That is surprising. That really is. Now notice, guys. Notice what's happening. Now this is not a trade that this is not a long position I would enter right here, simply because. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. You know what? This is a trade that you could enter because we have such a good entry right here, where we have such a clearly defined stop loss underneath that trend line that even if you got stopped out, you know, it's objectively a good entry. You could just wait for the next support to long. Actually, this does look kind of good, right? Doesn't this look pretty good? That bounce there? That bounce looks pretty good, right? From the 24-minute time frame, from the 4-hour time frame. That actually does look pretty good. Okay, let's check this out. Do we have 500 likes? Oh man, we don't have 500 likes? Dang guys, how am I supposed to give away? How am I supposed to give away a sweet discount on this updated trading course that will teach you the secrets that all the professional traders keep to themselves, right? All the guys that are making billions of dollars a day, you know, not even looking at the charts, just doing this simple technique that I'll show you. I'll show you if you buy my course, right? I'm kidding about that too. I'm totally kidding. It's not no secret technique. It's just good old technical analysis. Good old TA, guys. Good old TA. All right, so the short is up 56%. The long, the swing long, is up 13%. Now, you know, that's the thing. I'm shorting and longing at the same time. Good times, guys. It is good times. That's why it's so important to have at least two accounts. Now, this is interesting, an interesting formation happening on the chart. Recent developments are showing that, you know, it's clear that this trend line is causing some kind of debacle. Some kind of debacle. Mr. Madhouse Media says, how come I'm not a millionaire? Who said I'm not? But that's besides the point, guys. Sorry, I gotta stretch and yawn. Because when I saw these Bitcoin developments, it's something of interest to me. Something of interest to me. Yeah, let's get this video up to 1,000 likes, guys, so I can give away 0.025 Bitcoin. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Okay, let's see here. This is the big moment of truth, right? This is the big moment of truth where, you know, we're going to see if we reject off of this trend line here. If we reject off this trend line and come down even lower. Yeah, so the entries, wow. Kablam, kaboom, kapow. Let's see what happens here. Are we able to put in a higher high? I don't know. Shout out to Rhizone who says great stream. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for liking the video. I really hope that we can. I do want to give away 0.025 Bitcoin. I really do want to give that away. I'm not even kidding. I want to give that away. But it's just difficult when people don't like the video. You know, you got to call your mama. You got to call your mama's mama, your mama's mama's mama, and the baby mamas and the baby mama's mamas. Okay? You got to call that and tell them, hey, go like Jason Casper's stream. Go like the Jason Casper stream. Yeah, you know, we're clearly forming some kind of support, guys. And not only that, but we also are clearly on the 6-minute time frame getting a bullish divergence forming here, right? We are getting the bullish divergences forming. On the 24-minute time frame, we could have, you know, we could be putting in a massive bullish divergence right here. Like we could. right? We put in the bearish divergence here, which is why we came down. We got the blood diamond up here, which I didn't see. I'm sure some of you guys saw that. But yeah, you know, this is not bad. So looks like we're doing a good job holding that support. There is no discount code right now. I'm going to make a discount code for you guys. I'm going to make a discount code right now for y'all. Okay? I'm going to make a discount code right now for y'all. And this is the 3-minute. I mean, this is not necessarily the worst thing in the world here. I'm so curious to see what's going to happen here. Like, are we going to put in the higher high? Are we going to reject off of the 21 EMA and the 1 minute? You know, this could be a really nice bounce. The only thing that concerns me is it's not a fib level, but that's okay because it's a trend line down here. It's a trend line. So, you know, if we were going to long this, you know, we'd have to enter our position right here. We'd have to put our stop loss down here, and we would have to ride it back up this way. And I don't know if we would get a, you know, it's very important that we would see that we, okay, yeah, so we do have the higher high. We do have the higher high there. Somebody says to check the 15-minute. Yeah, so the 15-minute does not have a, a bullish divergence. In fact, it looks like we're coming down on the 15-minute. Does it not? It does look like we're coming down. But, you know, this is clearly bouncy. So, you know, potentially coming up to the 382. Coming up to the 382 there. Man, I wish I had another account because, you know, right now, like, my Bybit account are taken up. Like, I got my long, I got my short, and should I do this on Margex? Should I trade on Margex? Of course not. Beardy Day Crypto says Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah, he's the reason for these seasons, right? He's the reason for these seasons because he created things for seasons, right? It says in the book of Genesis that he created, you know, lights in the sky for signs and appointed times, which is seasons. I'm sorry because I'm trying. I have it. I know the Hebrew of the Genesis. I'm trying to translate it in my head, right? It says Vayomer Elohim Yahim Erot Birki Hashemayim Lahavdil Bein Hayom Uvein Halayla Vehayu Leotot Ulmoadim Uyamim Veshanim. So I'm translating that in my head to try and think what he made those things for, right? For signs and seasons, and Modim and days and years. Yeah, signs, seasons, days, and years. Yep. Where should we take profit if we take the long at support? Well, you know, if we take the long at support, the way I set my take profits is I come to the lower time frames and I just look to see where price found sticking points. So my first take profit for this long would be at 38580. My second take profit would probably be up here at 38778. And then my third take profit would be right here at this fib level at 38904. And then after I take 3 take profits like that, I kind of usually let the rest of the trade ride, because a lot of times, like what happened with this short was, you know, I took some take profits and now I'm just letting it ride in case we drop down to Sheol, right? But if we don't go down to Sheol, then, you know, so if you're in this long right now, take first profit at 38577. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. because that does give you a nice, 0.25%. And speaking of 0.025, guys, let's get this video up to 1,000 likes. I'm gonna go ahead and make a coupon for you guys for the course. And again, the course is updated. It's updated course, so it's pretty sweet. It's not updated right now. It will be today. I have all the new videos literally uploaded on Vimeo, and I just have to copy and paste the URLs onto the site. But what should the code be, guys? What should the discount code be? Let me see here. What should the discount code be? Shout out to Beardy Day Crypto, says the trading course saved his marriage. Wow, I didn't know it could do that. Michael, go back and rewatch the past maybe 10 minutes because we're talking about whether or not I would long this and where I am, where to take profit would be. Here's the thing right now, guys. This is the 3-minute time frame. It looks like we're going to come down a little bit more. I'm not saying if you're in this long, I'm not saying to close the long, because we did put a higher high, and this is still our stop loss down here, right? Until we come below 38352, I wouldn't close this thing. But I was saying, as far as the long goes, the order of operations that we have here. Let's see right here. Step number 2, we don't have for this bounce, right? We don't have step number 2 for this bounce. We're currently printing the red dots on the higher time frame. So step number 2, if we're entering along here, is not in effect, right? We're just using step number 1 and step number 3, which is okay to do, but remember, the best trades are going to come when all 3 of these things are true, right? When all 3 of those things are true. So because the 2-hour is literally printing a red dot, okay, and the 4-hour is looking like it needs to print a red dot, and the 3-hour is printing the red dot, that really for me is like, I wouldn't do that. But if you're a risky trader, you could have just longed this, But right now, if I had longed this, I'd be underwater. But if I had shorted it, I would still be in the trade, because here's why. Because the market structure is not broken, right? We came in, we put in a higher high, and until we come back down below here, we haven't broken the market structure of higher high, higher low. Okay, we did see the bullish divergence on Market Cipher on the lower time frames, even on the 6-minute we see it. Well, it's not confirmed on the 6-minute, but we see it here on the 6-minute, right? So that's why you would still be in this trade right here. So if this candle comes up and we hit our take profit 1, then what I would do if we hit take profit 1 is I would probably, in this scenario, I would just take 40% of the trade out, and then just see if we can hit any more take profits, which my second take profit would probably be it's so hard to say, right? Probably right here, because this is historically where we found a sticking point at 38713, and then I would take profit up here at 38908. So look, we just put in another higher high here. It's very small, but we put in the higher high. All right, let me come in and take a look. What should the code be, guys? I'm gonna give a 15% discount here. So I'll make the code. Yesterday we had a code called "Rejected from Girls" because it's about my life in high school where I was rejected from girls. So what should today's code be? Chicken drinking water. Yeah, that's a good one. Chicken drinking water. Chicken drinking water. And that is going to be a 15% discount code. 15%. And it has 35 times you can use it. 35 times. Okay. So, shout out to Nathan Dennis. Guys, go ahead, use this code. Get 15% off. And Haina says there is a no God in this world. What is a no God? I'm not sure. Okay. And also, guys, you can get a Market Cipher discount, 15%. Okay. It was good only June 1st, but they extended it for me. I think it's still good today. 15% off right here. Boom. Also, while I'm shilling things, Bybit, if you're for some crazy reason you're not on Bybit, you can use my affiliate link, get up to $1,600 plus 15% interest. All the rewards hub that they got going on, depending on how much you deposit, you can get rewards. But the best reward you can get, guys, is if every single person here likes the video, and we can get 1,000 likes in here so I can give away 0.025 Bitcoin, but I really don't think that's going to happen, guys. I don't think. Really, the code doesn't work. Chicken drinking water, the code doesn't work. Chicken, CHICKEN water. What? The Market Cipher code isn't working. Yeah, guys, always type in these things. Don't copy and paste them because sometimes they don't work. Copy and paste. If the Market Cipher code doesn't work, that means all the people have already used it. It only had a certain number of uses. So I'm gonna have to hit up. Flopping Groper. Yeah, J Boy Bullish. This is a good one. J Hearts Big Butts. Yeah, I do love Big Butts. And if anybody doesn't know, Big Butts is my wife. Big Butts is my wife. Okay, she's in the Discord. Big Butts 28. Check it out. Shout out to Daniel Prinsloo. I guess I should have used. Poor Runty. She was a good hen. She is still a good hen, guys. She is still a good hen. And oh man. Yeah, she's still a good hen. She's still kicking. We're giving her medicine and stuff like that. Okay. Yes, Future Flow, CryptoFace is the creator of Market Cipher. Unfortunately I cannot give another Market Cipher discount. That's on CryptoFace. Fires 77 and Daniel Prinsloo. You guys should probably have a conversation. I feel like you guys have a lot in common. All right, let me check out. Let's come back to the charts. Well, take profit one hit. What do you know? Take profit one hit. See? Is that not cool? So now you have two options, right? You could move your stop loss into break even, and now it's like you're guaranteed a winning trade. Or you could keep the stop loss where it's at and just let this thing ride and hope that we come up higher and higher. Higher and higher, higher and higher. Okay, the red dot is no longer printing. On that 3 hour, the 2 hour, the red dot is printing. The 1 hour, the red dot is printing. Let's go to the 24-minute and see what we can see. So the 24-minute, it looks pretty clear that we are getting a bullish divergence, right, where we see momentum coming up, and we also even see money flow in general, right? In general, coming up, right? It's a little bit higher than it was. And look at this. We've got the bottom printed, we got the anchor and the trigger right here. Not confirmed yet, guys. Not confirmed yet. But we can clearly see that my short was up much higher than it currently is right now, right? My short was up higher. Now it's only 40%, okay? So dang, I wish I had longed this now. I've got that missing out. But y'all see here, right, how we did this using Market Cipher to come up with these entries, right? The short, the long, the short and the long. And let's see now, is our second take profit going to be hit? Where was our second take profit going to be? The second take profit was going to be, I forget where. I think right around here. I think right around here, because we want to find those areas where price historically found the sticking point, right? So I would say that this would actually be up here a good place to take profit too, because we see it acting as, somewhere in this general zone, like maybe down a little bit like that. We see it acting as our resistance, support, and then right here, a lot of trading along it, and then even right here, we came down and found a little sticking point right there. So I would honestly seek to take profit. If you're scalping this, seek to take profit right there. If you want to hold the trade longer, there's a few things you could do. But, yeah. Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to have to cut this stream. But may God bless all of you, and I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Shout out to... I forget his name now. Rabbi Matthew. Shout out to Rabbi Matthew. Tino from Traders Reality. I know Traders Reality, but I don't. I don't know. It's hard for me to follow. All right, guys, receive this blessing. In Hebrew. Yavarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel, which means in English, may the Lord bless you and protect you, and may he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you, and may the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace, wholeness, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. Amen. And I do pray that the Lord reveals himself to each one of you in a very personal way. And shout out to Daniel Cordero, who says, greetings from my farm in Costa Rica. Are you serious, my friend? Are you serious? Because I would love to have a farm in Costa Rica. In fact, I'm not even kidding when I tell you that right now I'm actually I'm in the process to begin looking for land in Costa Rica. I don't know if it's going to happen. I still have to pray about it. But I really want to go to Costa Rica. I have so many friends who are Costa Rican. Okay? And, man, I would love to have a farm in Costa Rica. Love to have it. People want me to take a quick look at ETH. I can take a quick look. That's awesome, Daniel. Let's take a quick look at ETH here. Quick. Real quick. Well, there we have it. Okay, guys. Peace, and I will see all of you in the next stream.